Hello there. Would you like to know how to market your fingerprinting services offline? Probably the best free way to market them, and not only the best free way to market them, but to probably who the most ideal customer is. Well, you're in luck because I'm going to show you that today. Now, if you are not doing any fingerprinting as of yet and you're a notary, let me tell you this is a good way to recession-proof your business by adding fingerprinting. It is a very adjacent service. It complements your notary services very well. We've done other videos on that kind of explain that and maybe even show some of the processes. So I'm not going to dive too much into that. I'm basically going to go into how to get the customers offline. If you know anything about our channel, we do a lot of stuff online, on digital marketing, mainly because it's leveraged. So there's kind of one-time setup and then let things come to you, let leads come to you. So that's why we do focus on that. But as you're about to see, you can do free, very, I would say, low tech, or anybody can do marketing. And this is the kind of stuff that really only comes from experience. The good news is that it doesn't have to be your experience. It can be somebody else's experience that is the best teacher, but it's still the best teacher. So with that, if you are not a fingerprinting notary yet, we have a $37 fingerprinting course that teaches both the ink card fingerprinting as well as the live scan fingerprinting. That price is subject to change. My wife has begged me, Grace has begged me to raise the price on this course. And I'm not going to yet. It is still presently $37, but if you know anything about women, they always get what they want. So inevitably the price will probably go up on this. I will probably pad that course up with some more bonuses as we do increase the price, but it's going to be inevitable that we do. So links for our fingerprinting course will be in the description. We get questions from notaries on that course. Does live scan equipment come with it? Well, let's think about that for a second. And this is just some of the stuff we have to deal with on a daily basis, but let's think about that for a second. If live scan equipment costs around $3,000 and we're selling you a course for $37, how could we give you live scan equipment? Don't make no sense. Okay, so please don't call us and ask that question. Now, as far as marketing, I'm going to get into that in just a second, but we're going to be talking about ink card. Now, obviously, you can do live scan, and live scan does increase the order volume, but it does require a capital investment to do that, where you can get started with ink with just this little ink pad like this, some baby wipes or some alcohol wipes, and these cardstock FBI card prints. This is actually optional. So from my experience, you don't need it. As you practice on these and you get better with the cards, you don't need a placeholder, but it's nice to have, especially if you're dealing with somebody who has like a kind of a really thick hand or not very flexible wrist or thick fingers. You may want something like this to allow you to better manipulate their hand when you're doing them. But for most people, you don't need that. So with that, let's talk about the free way of marketing it. Now, I want you to picture this for a second. There are notaries, and there's actually notary videos out there that tell you to go get Dollar Tree goodie bags and go to the title companies and market so that you can ideally get that $150 pop for a loan package. I think they mean well when they ask you to do this, and I think that will work. However, you're going into what I would call a red ocean. Red like my t-shirt. So red ocean meaning kind of a saturated market. You're probably not the first person to show up at a title company's door with the Dollar Tree goodie bags begging for business. So just know that it's a watered down, it's diluted. But I'm going to show you how to go into a blue ocean, offering a service to people that are willing to pay for it and probably don't even know it exists. So let's get right into it. So we get our fingerprints. Ideally, you've got your fingerprint training. Oops, I just broke that. I guess I'm going to have to buy another one. And I dropped it on the floor. I'm all over the place here. I'm a hot mess this morning. Let me put that back. So what you're going to do is you're going to identify one of your ideal customers, and I'm going to tell you who that customer is. That customer are physicians, and I'm going to tell you specifically which type of physicians. Okay, so it gets better. So a couple things you need to know about doctors. Number one, if they are more than a 5% shareholder in a practice, and they're billing Medicare and Medicaid, CMS, they're going to have this done. Now, CMS is a federal agency, okay? So they are wanting this card to do a background check that is more than likely going to be something along the lines of an FBI background check. The keyword is federal agency. Your state, and whatever your state wants to do state fingerprinting for state licenses, does not come into that particular equation, okay? This is federal. You as a notary are certified already to fill out this damn card, okay? So just like an I-9 verification, you can do that. Just got to know what you're doing. You want to know how to fill it out correctly, and you want to know the technique, which of course we show you how to do that if you're not doing it already. So these physicians need this. Now, there are physicians that have multi-state licenses, and this is actually telemedicine is actually a growing practice. So as more and more doctors get multi-state licenses and do telemedicine and telehealth, they are going to need the demand for the fingerprinting is going to increase. So a lot of states are going to require fingerprinting, and it's just going to be it could just be a paper application that you may not even be the card stock that you're doing, but it might be the card stock, but it could just be on a paper application that they're mailing in for their license. Okay, there's a lot of states. So it does not matter what state you're in. If you're in a state where there is a physician who wants to offer his services virtually to another state, they are going to need these fingerprints for those states. And you don't have to be certified with that state. They're just telling the physician, look, fill this application out and send it in, and we'll figure it out on our end, okay? So you're going to come in and save the day, okay? Now let me tell you about the most common physician that has multi-state license. That is going to be a radiologist, okay? A radiologist group, they by definition do virtual work, okay? They sit in an office and read radiographic images like CAT scans, X-rays, and MRIs for different entities, different hospitals, facilities, whatever, and they can do this from one location across the country. So they could be contracting with multiple hospitals in multiple states, which does mean they're going to need multiple licenses, okay? Which means that they're going to be constantly applying or renewing for these different licenses. So what you do is you simply go down to their office. Now you can call them or email them, or you can show up. Either way is great. You're going to find some of these physicians and you're going to say, hey, I can come right to you and get this done on your lunch break in 15 minutes for the low, low price of $100. So picture this. You run to a title company and you're trying to pitch to them, and you've got your goodie bag just so you can print a 100-page packet, have a 30 to 45-minute appointment for $150. Or you can pitch to a physician who's going to be glad that you offered this to them. Zip in, you're there for 15 to 25 minutes tops with no stack of paper that you printed, just this stuff, which costs almost nothing. And they're going to pay you right then and there cash, okay? So that is it. That is one very simple way to market this business to a group that has the money, has a time crunch, okay? They're saying that I can do this on lunch break is going to be very appealing to them, something that is extremely inconvenient. They don't have to go somewhere. They don't have to be on a wait list for a UPS store or another fingerprint provider. They've just got you offering to come to them, zip it out real quick and go. Okay, leave them with the card. So that is it. Now, if you want to get more information on our fingerprinting course, like I said, the links are in the description. The price is soon subject to change, as I mentioned, is what it is. These supplies like this, I'll put a link in the description. You can get these kits on Amazon. There's several different types of kits. There's actually a whole kind of briefcase thing that you can get with a nice little mobile kit. Keep it in the trunk of your car. List your services. Obviously, in that course, we show you not only how to fill that out, the live scan as well. Should you decide to upgrade to that, your volume will definitely increase, but there's a bit of a capital investment. And we also are going to show you how we do digital marketing for this as well, in a kind of step-by-step fashion, so you don't have to be tech savvy. Obviously, the more tech savvy you are, the better you're going to do with that if you're doing that, but that is it. That is your free marketing tip for fingerprinting services. With that, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to see kind of a breakdown of some common questions we get asked about fingerprinting, or some of the other ideal marketing, I guess we'll call avatars that you can do, then you want to check this video out right here. With that, I'll see you over on that one.